Welcome to Stage for Dreams, where real stories spark real dreams. This is the journey of a girl who turned hunger into hunger for greatness. Let's begin. In the heart of Flint, Michigan, a city often defined by its struggles, a young girl named Claressa Shields was carving out a destiny that would defy the odds. Born in 1995, Claressa's earliest memories were colored by adversity. Flint was a place of tough winters, tougher neighborhoods, and a spirit that refused to break, even when the world seemed determined to test it. In the Shields household, life was never easy. Money was tight, the future uncertain, and hope sometimes felt far away. But from these difficult beginnings, Claressa would forge a path that would inspire millions. Her childhood was marked by resilience. Flint, once a thriving hub of industry, had fallen on hard times, and with it came challenges that many would find insurmountable. Claressa's father, Bo Shields, had been a fighter himself, spending time behind bars and trying to piece together a life for his family. Despite his struggles, Bo passed down something invaluable to Claressa, a love for boxing, and the belief that, with grit and determination, greatness was possible. At just 11 years old, Claressa stepped into a boxing gym for the first time. The air was thick with sweat, the walls echoed with the thud of gloves against heavy bags, and the ring stood at the center, a place where dreams could be tested. She was the only girl in a room full of boys, but she learned quickly that boxing was not a sport for the faint-hearted. Her trainer, Jason Crutchfield, saw something in her, a fire, a hunger, and an unyielding will to win. Together, they began the long, arduous journey of transforming a young girl from Flint into a world-class athlete. Training was relentless. Claressa would wake up before dawn, run through the streets of Flint, and shadowbox in the early morning light. She skipped rope, hit the bags, and sparred with boys who underestimated her until she proved, time and again, that she was a force to be reckoned with. Boxing was not just a sport for Claressa. It was her escape, her hope, and her promise to herself that she would rise above her circumstances. As she honed her craft, Claressa's reputation grew. She dominated local tournaments, leaving opponents stunned by her speed, power, and tenacity. But her journey was far from easy. Outside the ring, she faced the harsh realities of growing up poor in a city plagued by violence and neglect. She saw friends and neighbors struggle, and she knew that her path would require sacrifices. But Claressa refused to let adversity define her. She used every setback as fuel, every challenge as a lesson. By the time she was a teenager, Claressa had set her sights on the Olympics, a stage that, for most, seemed unreachable. But Claressa was not most people. Driven by ambition and guided by her unwavering belief in herself, she trained harder than ever. In 2012, at just 17 years old, she earned a spot on the U.S. Olympic boxing team, becoming one of the youngest competitors in her division. The London Olympics were a turning point. The world watched as this young woman from Flint stepped into the ring, her eyes fierce, her resolve unbreakable. With every punch, she sent a message, not just to her opponents, but to everyone who had ever doubted her. Claressa fought with heart, skill, and a determination that could not be measured. When the final bell rang, she emerged victorious, claiming the gold medal and making history as the first American woman to win Olympic gold in boxing. But for Claressa, the journey was far from over. She returned to Flint as a champion, but she knew that her story was still unfolding. She wanted more, not just for herself, but for her family, her city, and everyone who had ever dreamed of something greater. 4 years later, Claressa would do it again, winning a second gold medal at the Rio Olympics in 2016, cementing her status as one of the greatest amateur boxers of all time. As her star rose, Claressa transitioned to the professional ranks, facing new challenges and bigger opponents. The world of professional boxing was unforgiving, but Claressa thrived. She fought with the same hunger that had driven her since childhood, refusing to back down from anyone. In 2017, she became the WBC and IBF super middleweight champion, and then, in a historic run, unified titles in 2 weight classes, becoming a multi-division world champion. Claressa's achievements inside the ring are staggering. She is the only boxer, male or female, to hold all 4 major world titles in 2 weight divisions simultaneously. Her record speaks for itself, but her impact goes beyond the numbers. She is a trailblazer, a symbol of empowerment, and an advocate for women in sports. Claressa has shattered stereotypes, broken barriers, and inspired a new generation to believe that greatness is possible, no matter where you come from. But Claressa's story is not just about boxing. It's about overcoming adversity, defying expectations, and using her platform to create change. She has spoken out about the water crisis in Flint, advocating for her community, and using her voice to raise awareness. She has mentored young athletes, encouraging them to pursue their dreams and reminding them that the only limits that matter are the ones we set for ourselves. Through it all, Claressa remains grounded in her roots. She never forgets where she came from, and she carries the spirit of Flint with her into every fight. Her journey is a testament to the power of perseverance, the strength of belief, and the importance of never giving up. She has faced setbacks, losses, criticism, and the challenges that come with being a pioneer, but she has always risen, stronger and more determined than before. Today, Claressa Shields stands as one of the most accomplished boxers in history, a champion who has redefined what is possible in the sport. But her legacy is not just measured in titles and medals. It is found in the lives she has touched, the barriers she has broken, and the hope she has given to all those who dare to dream. Her story reminds us that greatness can emerge from the most unlikely places, and that with hard work, courage, and faith, anything is possible. As Claressa continues her journey, the world watches, inspired by her unwavering spirit and relentless pursuit of excellence. From the streets of Flint to the world stage, she has shown that champions are not born. They are made, forged in the fire of adversity, and driven by a belief that refuses to be extinguished. Claressa Shields is more than a world champion. She is a symbol of hope, a force for change, and a testament to the unbreakable power of the human spirit. Like this video if you believe in your dream. Comment, what challenge are you ready to tackle? Subscribe for more true stories of real-life champions just like you.